Hey guys, welcome back to, this is my lovely daughter, and I'm currently hanging out in the homunculi section of the book here to see what we've got, because we are short a few homunculi. In fact, we're short 3. We've got 1 joy, we've got 1 sadness, and I don't think we have, oh, our anger and our fear are pretty much where we need to be. So what I want to do here, I think I want to have, 2 of these guys at the middle level, which is 500. I'm gonna have anger maxed out, and I want to have one of these kind of slower than the rest. Pretty sure that'll be good. It needs to be higher than 300, but it needs to be lower than 500. So I think probably at level 6 would be good, or even level 7. And I think we've already got a sadness at level 7 and a joy at level 6. So why don't we get rid of joy and work on sadness? Yeah, that sounds completely awful. Her golden hair, her titanium limbs, the girl is strong yet beautiful, but no, she cannot replace Faust's daughter. He kills her using an electric chair, tying her down with belts to combat her strength. Wild. Well, that's done. So we've got some iron there. So we have that at 300 now. So I just want to get sadness up to 500. I think will work. In fact, that actually should work. I'm going to make a few more homunculi. Now, I'm trying to figure out which ones we have not made. So we've made one with all wood, one with all clay, one with all meat, one of each. So that's despair here. We made one with all titanium. We made one with all water. That was the ice one. So we've made one with 2 metal and 1 wood. So I'm gonna try and figure out which one we're like, because you do hit a point where you've made all the different ones. It's just 2 of one, 1 of another. We just have to figure out which ones we're missing. So let me figure out which ones we've got left to do here. All right, I'm gonna start out with 2 water here. And 1, I think we've done clay, so I'm gonna just do meat here. So we've got tentacle, she is a fear, that is fine. We'll go ahead and stick her in there. All right, the next thing that I'm going to do, I think we've just done, for the record, let's go ahead and look through this so you guys can see as I do this. We have done 2 water and clay, and now I'm doing 2 water and meat. So let's go ahead and do 2 water and let's do iron. Alright, so that is the mermaid, she is joy. So we have 1 more here. We've got 2 water and wood. And that gives us flour. So, and another joy there. I'm gonna have joy done next time, apparently. So we've got 1 more to do. Let me see which one we want. So it looks like I want to do 2 clay. And we've done wood before to get rags. So let's do 2 clay and meat. And we get a zombie, which is an anger one. All right. Now, I think we can only do 1 attempt per round. So we're just going to start working, and I'm going to see you in 4 weeks with anything else that's happening in between. I'll show those off. You are not like the others, hun. Like me, you hide something in your heart. I saw you when everybody else said that you were gone. You went crazy, did you not, huh? You can always share your thoughts with plants, hun. They're great listeners. Or if you prefer, you can tell me instead. What does she mean by that? Am I crazy? This is nonsense. Okay, I think I'll be leaving now. I saw your eyes before. They used to glow with pride, but the day you lost your wife, it vanished. You continue your days, you keep innovating. But your eyes, they never glow anymore. You see, we are similar. The position I stole from you did not heal my mother. She died, and now I'm just like you, a guy with dead eyes. What? She died? What happened? I have to hide my surprise. Sorry, I need to go. My wife, I am sorry. I am so sorry. Faust is distraught, tears well in his eyes. He cannot believe he let his life die. He glances at his daughter. He swears that he will never leave her to suffer the same fate as her mother. He wipes his tears and focuses again on bringing his daughter back. Okay, and we have some new journal entries here, so let me just actually read those at this point. At least I think we do. Here we go. Yesterday my wife said something about how weak she felt and how I should be more caring toward our little girl. I told her not to force herself and that she needed more rest, so she rested her head on my shoulder. But she never woke up. Death took her away as she put her last smile in my embrace. Only my daughter stands between me and my desire to end this miserable life. Do we have any more? We do. I'm not gonna read this back, but there is a lot of get her backs in here. It's all my fault. Liar. Not sure what happened here, but I think we need to find that one to figure out what's going on here. But we're definitely moving forward with some of the story here. So we have some notes from, holy crap, we have some notes. Let's read from the zombie. Hello, old man. I found a dead squirrel in the village today. Some nice boys were poking it with sticks. They said I could eat it and it tasted good, especially the little white worms, but the best part was the brain. She's a zombie. Flower here says, hi dad, I like how you said I make you think of spring. Everything is fresh and new in spring and I can feel life is full of promise. I look forward to working hard to make our beautiful summer. All right. We got Tentacle here. Old man, I do not need you, but you clearly need me. You are always muttering to yourself and you never comb your hair properly. It is disgraceful. I will go out and work, but you must take care of things at home. All right, and Mermaid here. Hi, old man. Why are you toying with me? I want to thank you for providing me water, but I know you want something more from me, so stop playing around. Join me in the tub and we can play and get wet together. Holy crap. You need to settle down. We're not quite at a full moon, so let me head out and continue. I'm happy now that you come down into town. I remember when I had to line up to make sure I could get my hands on one of your girls. Such a difficult time, but it was worth the effort since those beautiful girls were so helpful. I'm glad that my homunculi can help. I guess my homunculi are having a tough time working with them. Gee, I wonder why. Okay, well, welcome back. Doesn't really matter about taking care of our homunculi here for a second, because our stone here, Sadness, has reached level 10, and if you recall from the beginning of this episode, I need to get rid of her. So we're gonna be doing that right now. She destroys everything with her massive stone hands. Faust does not like this behavior. When the time comes, he ties her up with a metal chain while she is sleeping and throws her into the river. Well, that ends that, I guess. And we get some iron and clay out of that. Now, we are pretty much at the point where I want to infuse our lovely girl here. Let's actually see. I think there's a new... Is there a new note here? Before we... continue? Oh, it is. This is far beyond my expectations. People from the village queue up every morning in front of my house just to hire a homunculus to help them. Thankfully, my lovely daughter is more than happy to help me with my work, so she is so cute. With life as good as this, I finally feel that my past is behind me. Something happened right here. I don't know what happened, but I guess we'll find out. Let's go ahead and infuse our daughter here. The girl awakens and looks upon Faust fiendishly. Suddenly, and with all of her might, she pounces on him, knocking him to the floor and attacking him vengefully. Surprised by her ferocity, Faust is driven to the edge of his life as he gasps for air. In the end, Faust proves the stronger. After a tiring battle, he gains the upper hand and ties the girl down. However, she shows no remorse and continues to attack the demon, always growling and wriggling forcefully whenever Faust approaches. Faust comes to consider the experiment a failure. He extracts the soul from her body and puts it back into the soul chamber. That's because we had more anger than anything else, which is actually what we wanted to do, because now, as you can see here, we've got some selections. So here is anger, Here's fear, here's sadness. So we want to do, again, we want to put one of these 3 at max, but put anger somewhere between those 2. Probably make anger about 500. I might put joy at the max this time, and then sadness, maybe a little bit, these 2 kind of in between as well. Yeah, I think, yeah, it looks like putting this at 10 would probably be best. And I think we don't have anybody at that level yet, but we're getting closer. So we should look at that. All right, so let me see which next homunculi I want to make. All right, to replace the one that we've got, I want to take 2 pieces of clay, and we've done tree, or we've done wood, we've done meat, so I'm going to do iron here. And we get sand. Oh, she looks really cool. Let's go ahead and stuff her in the room where we just murdered someone. I think our homunculi are pretty well, so I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm just gonna run the next 4 weeks and meet you back here. Well, I'm gonna run until I need to kill somebody. Then I'll meet you back here. You've been coming out of your house often of late. I presume you have something up your sleeve. I have felt something dark brewing up on your hill. Remember, birds of a feather flock together. You can always tell me what you are after. You do not need to worry. I can take care of myself. Mind your own business. Greetings, Faust. Do come by my shop. I have something new that might interest you. We're going to talk about some stuff from him later, so I'm not going to worry about that now. The empty store is starting to get to me. I am making these toys as part of my redemption. Regardless, people think that I have ulterior motives, but I do not think keeping the store open is pointless. I will just take orders and send out the toys instead. I do not mind if you do not open your store, but I am sure that you will still need my homunculi to help you with your work. Okay, well, we've got some note. I got a note here. Let's read this. Hello, Father. Forgive me. Because of me, all of the house is covered in sand. Not only that, I cannot even move on my own. You always have to help me. I tried to roll myself, but my glass body cannot hold. All right, well, we need to get rid of our first anger here. And we're all at 0, so I don't even need to, I was gonna go check that, but no, we're at 0 here. So, the living dead has nothing except her hunger for flesh. Faust feels he needs to be cautious with this homunculi. Fearing she might bite someone, he beheads her when it is her time to be sacrificed. Okay, that takes care of anger at this point. So we need to make one more here. We've made, let's see, we've made clay with wood, clay with, wait for it, clay with meat, and now clay with metal. So do we have enough clay to make her with water? It looks like that is a yes. Yes, we do. So let's go ahead and summon another one. It looks like we've got, Jingxi? I'm not entirely sure what that is, to be completely honest with you. Unable to walk, she moves around by hopping like a rabbit. I don't know what that is, but it looks like some sort of like zombie creature. That looks like to be some sort of talisman. Probably to keep her contained. Not sure what to think about that, honestly. She is a joy of all things. So we'll keep her around, so no big deal there. I will see you on the other side. We have another new note here. Hello, Papa. I feel different from the others. I cannot stop hopping around the house. I am sorry that I broke some of your work utensils and furniture. I will fix them later. All right. We are not quite up to level 10 here. We're getting much, much closer though. All right, we got the first of our joy that needs to go, so that's the mermaid here. She always stays in water, so it is very hard to raise her. Faust has had his eye on her trident, and he is finally able to use it to end her life. Well, that's just rude, honestly. All right, so that's the first 1 out of 2 joys that we're gonna be getting rid of. We're really, really close to having 2 of these other ones maxed out, so we should be able to have it by the next full moon. Oh, today is the next full moon. Huh. I actually hadn't considered that. Actually, we have 2 at 9, so that it won't be maxed, but it will be really, really close. And actually might be worth doing. So we've got our fear, we've got our sadness at 9, and we got a joy. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Faust has had to be patient because she cannot stay inside the house, needing to live in the soil most of the time. He is glad it is time to kill her. He has already prepared kerosene and burns her to ashes. Honestly, I think I'm the one going insane here. So we need fear and sadness now. So let's go ahead and this is fear. She has a huge temper and argues with Faust constantly. Finally, the time has come and he stabs her. Still filled with rage, Faust chops off her tentacles and feeds them to wild beasts. That's weird. All right, so there is the fear, and let's go ahead and do sadness now. Faust likes her. She does not talk much, even though Faust always helps her move from place to place. Now that it's time to kill her, he puts the girl outside in the rain. Sand drips off her body and she soon disappears. That's not terrible or anything. You think your homunculi would run away a lot sooner than all of this? Anyway, let's go ahead and infuse her. The moment she brought alive, she rolls on the floor laughing. Hers is not only the laughter of joy, but also fear, sadness, and anger. She laughs all the time, interspersed only by small hiccups. Whatever her feeling, she expresses it through laughter, toothy smiles, and panic grins. To Faust, she seems like an asylum resident, suffering from a chronic mental illness rather than a truly happy girl. Faust comes to consider this experiment a failure. He extracts the soul from her body and puts it back in the soul chamber. Terrible. That's absolutely positively terrible. But as you can see here, our joy has been corrected. So it needs to be somewhere between 811 and 871. I think the next thing we probably want to do is maybe infuse her with maybe like a max of sadness or max of fear, and then put these just somewhere in between there. But we will do that next time. I will see you guys then.